Hello there my fellow Holotable heroes and welcome to another SWGOH video. Now before I get into it, let me first give a shout out to my latest patron Blue89. Thanks to you and all my other patrons for your ongoing support. You guys are absolutely amazing. Now hope you had a great week behind you and that you're looking forward to the weekend, because this time CG is taking us to the planet of Kashyyyk. Now you probably know that this is a home planet of the Wookiees, but did you know that there are also many humans living on that planet? And looking a bit of the history from the planet itself, it was discovered about 4,000 years before the Battle of Yavin by the Czerka Corporation, who enslaved the Wookiee population and renamed the planet. Now during Clone Wars, Kashyyyk was actually a member of the Galactic Republic and endured enslavement under the Galactic Empire, which was their successor of course to the Republic. And then later on was finally liberated by the New Republic, forces led by none other than Han Solo himself. Alright, so we have to go against droids in this one, and we have to use scoundrels. Now, as always, I'll first cover the modifiers, the feats, and in this one I'll show you two different battles. So in the first one I'll be using my bounty hunters, because all bounty hunters are scoundrels as well. Now probably if you do have Beskar Mandalorian there, you could make it work with him as well. Mine is still at gear 8. So I'll be using bounty hunters for this one. And the second battle I'll show you is the undersized feat, where I use General Skywalker with 501st clones. Alright, let's now get into it. So first, I'm not sure, I don't recall that we were ever on Kashyyyk before, because also this modifier, global modifier for Kashyyyk, it doesn't really ring a bell, so I'm pretty sure it's a new one, but I could be wrong. But anyway, whenever a unit takes damage, they gain stacking critical damage. So this is pretty cool, I guess. Not for my bounty hunters, because you know they're not maxed out, so by no means they'll be doing massive damage, even if they do stack some damage. And they're so squishy, if enemies do put a couple of hits on me, my team will just get destroyed anyway. So there will be absolutely no benefit for me personally from this global modifier. And then as well, whenever a unit is debuffed, they also recover 10% protection. Now in one of my runs, I was just down to Magna Guard and I was unable to take him out because I lost Mandalorian, so I couldn't disintegrate him, and I also, the other 4 bounty hunters left simply didn't have enough firepower to burn through him, because whenever they applied debuffs on him, Magna was recovering protection. So I got stuck in a loop, had to restart and do again. And then whenever a unit is defeated, a random ally takes a bonus turn. I didn't really feel this made much of a difference this time in the battle. So the only one I really felt was the protection recovery on the enemy side. Now the modifier for scoundrels, so whenever a scoundrel they do deal damage, they get some buffs and then they dispel buffs. So this is the good one, because sometimes you do get stuck behind Magna Guard, and then just the ability to dispel taunt from Magna was huge, so this definitely helped a lot. And now the enemy modifier for the droids, they get extra offense and some target lock, and on top of their extra protection recovery as well. So droids, it's an okay modifier. It's nothing crazy like maybe Rebel or Separatist modifier. Now looking at the feats themselves, obviously have to complete the battle, score at least 30 critical hits. Again, I don't think this should be an issue as well. And then do the undersized squad feat. Now probably, if you have Supreme Coloran, just go in solo with him. He can take out these droids by himself, and I'm sure there are many teams that can undersize this. It's the one I chose was General Skywalker. It just seemed like, the easiest thing to do, and it worked pretty well. And finally, we have to use a full squad of scoundrels. Now luckily all bounty hunters are scoundrels, because my scoundrels probably are not good enough to complete this on tier 10, so I'll be using my bounty hunters. So as you know, if you've been following my channel, whenever there's a scoundrel or bounty hunter challenge, I always brush the dust off my gear 8 Grief and Mando. Yes, after all this time they're still stuck on gear 8, but they still do the job, not a problem at all. Now let me show you the team that I'll be using, because we need to talk about some specific mods here in order for this team to work really well. So let me bring it up. So I'm going with Jungle Lead. Now Jungle Lead does many things, plus 30 speed and all the tenacity potency thing going on. But for this one, the most important part of his leadership actually is that enemies that have burning on them, they can't gain bonus turn meter. So because otherwise B2 obviously will be an issue. He'll keep gaining turns, doing his AoE and all, dispelling your buffs, feeding turn meter and things like that. So you definitely want to keep B2 under control, and with Django lead you can do that very easily right out of the gate. Obviously what I had to do is mod my Django not for pure speed but for max potency, because without a lot of potency on Django I was not able to land reliably burning on B2. So this is my Django here, so you can see speed, it's okay, 302, but most importantly, you know, look at potency on Django is 130%. So this was the key here, just to mod Django for potency so we can apply burning on B2 most importantly. Then up next, let's look at Bosk. Obviously Bosk should be our fastest character, so he can get up his taunt, so mine's at 325. Then he will get Frenzy and he'll be getting all the extra turns and things like that. And my Boba here, gear 12. Now him as well, I modded for potency, but him being gear 12, I did have to go with speed set and potency set, not full potency set as I did on Django, because otherwise he would have been too slow. You want Boba to go straight after Django in terms of turns, because Django obviously will apply burning on everybody, and then Boba can follow up with his own AoE. And you know, Django's contract works that you have to hit debuffed enemies. So you know, if everybody's debuffed, that's going to, you know, count as 5 targets once Boba gets his AoE out. So I got his speed at 300 and potency at 94%. And why potency? Because his AoE applies ability block as well. So ideally you will land burning with Django and then ability block on B2 as well with Boba, so that when B2 eventually gets a turn, he doesn't dispel all your buffs. So this is an ideal scenario that you also have there lots of potency on Boba. And here is where my gear 8 duo of Grief and Mando starts. Obviously them being gear 8, I can't put amazing mods on them, so Grief there is at 220, but it doesn't matter. You know, his abilities work at low gears as well as in as high gear levels. You know, he's got mass assist, he's got healing and things like that. And then finally Mandalorian again, also gear 8, and I do have him modded for speed again, only gear 8, so I can't put amazing mods. He's at 234. But some of this slow speed for Grief and Mando can be offset by unique here from Mandalorian, because every time Mandalorian scores a critical hit, he will be gaining bonus turn meter as well as his bounty hunter allies. So this will be a little bit help you, you know, if you do have low gear guys, to get quicker turns. All right, so let's hop into the battle now and let me show you how this one will go. So first things first, boss goes first. Now luckily enemy is a bit slow, so we get our taunt up, and now here you do AoE, and because of all this extra potency we had no issues landing burning on B2. Hopefully land ability, no ability block unfortunately on B2, but anyway, let's go with it. Obviously avoid attacking Magna because he can counter attack. So here you can call Django to assist for a double tap, so just that we get to our contract faster. There we go, and now mass assist here, let's call it on Magna Guard. Alright, maybe one more hit, I think, and the contract should be triggered. There we go. Now let's do another here, AoE. Alright, this time ability block did land on B2, so he won't be able to use his AoE. And hello, Mr. Grievous! And goodbye, thank you for playing. Oh! There you go, the avenged Grievous's death there by immediately going after Mando, but due to Bounty Hunter's resolve, he got right back. And one good thing about Django's contract as well is when it's triggered, whenever bounty hunters they get a turn, they will all get bounty hunters resolve. So you know, also Grief and Bosk now can ignore taunts and everything. There we go. Now just have to burn through these guys. But as mentioned before, because of the global modifier, these guys are can recover protection. But you know, you do have their both Boba and Django can apply healing immunity, which will stop that protection recovery. But I think we'll just have to wait for Mando there to get another disintegrate online. Okay, I'll just do another AoE here. There goes IG. Just keep going after B2 here. There we go. Let's just disintegrate now Magna Guard as well. Boom, there he goes. So we're just down to B2 now. Just gotta burn for him. As you can see, he's very thick. We're barely doing any damage here to him. And even with offense up, even with contract triggered, we are just tickling him. So let's see if we can actually take him out before Mando gets another disintegrate online. Alright, he was able to dispel our buffs there, unfortunately. There we go. Another ability block. More attacks. Alright, healing immunity. There we go. So he won't be able to recover health and protection. Let's heal up with Grief here. Again, call an assist there. And with Django. Basics. Let's go, go, go. 1 hit, 2 hit. Almost got a mass assist. And boom, there we go. And that's how easy it is here with bounty hunters to complete today's challenge. Once you do mod your Django and Boba for potency, it was a straightforward thing. I only had to do it, I think, like 3 or 4 times because, you know, my Mando is squishy, so he would sometimes get taken out before he gets disintegrated out. But as long as you get that burning stack on everybody as well as ability blocks, then all they can do is use their basics attack targeting Bosk. Okay, so for the second battle in today's video, we have one more feat, which is the undersized feat. Again, plenty of options here, I'm pretty sure. I'm not even saying this is the best one, it's just the first one that came to my mind that should be able to carry this. So it's just General Skywalker with 3 clones, and I think, you know, should be good. Now my General Skywalker, he's modded for protection. He's got like 130k protection. And remember the global modifier there? Every time you get debuffed, you recover 10% protection. So whenever they apply any sort of debuff on General Skywalker, he'll be recovering some protection. And as long as he's standing up, obviously, you know, the rest of the clones, they can't be defeated. So here the whole idea is just kind of delay the battle until Rex gets his aerial advantage up and running, get it online, and he can just go ahead, one-shot Grievous, and then you clean up the rest. That's the whole idea. However, as you can see, Rex is not really taking all that many turns because of the target log. See, they keep stripping turn meter from us. So it seems like we will have to burn through everybody first anyway before we get to General Grievous. As you can see, there you go. General Skywalker recovering some protection from the global modifier. And this was really like the only benefit I noticed. It was the protection recovery. Oh, there goes my Skywalker. Alright, clones. It's down to all you guys. There goes 5s. He was able to sacrifice himself. Alright, let's not take out Magna Guard. We do not want to upset Grievous. And boom, there you go. Aerial advantage. Grievous is gone. And I'll just take out Magna Guard. And there we go. That is so quick and easy here to Undersize versus Grievous. I guess, like I said, many options here. Whatever you like, you know, just choose your team. I did General Skywalker and clones in this one. Alright guys, and that's all for today's challenge. I hope you find this video useful and helpful how you can complete on tier 10 using bounty hunters. Straightforward match there. Even with low gears, there were not many issues after I remodded my Django and Boba for potency. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one, but until then, have fun, enjoy your life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.